What's up, nerds, and have I got a story for you. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video. And you can read them for yourself, or you can just watch this video where I'm going to read them to you and break them down and all that stuff. Also, before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started? Okay, you guys, so it looks like Patty Jenkins did a podcast, and in that podcast, they asked her about, they're like, hey, you left Star Wars, you're not doing Rogue Squadron anymore, and she's like, oh no, I'm doing Rogue Squadron, yeah, we're working on and that's because Wonder Woman got canceled. Wonder Woman 3 is just done, it's not coming, but she's not doing Wonder Woman 3, and, which... Is that a bummer? Kind of. I mean, like, I did like Wonder Woman, the first one, and the 1984 was just a hot mess. Like, there was some stuff in there that I'm like, oh, if they would have done this right, it could have been cool. But Patty Jenkins, it just seemed like she got rid of all the people that told her no, and that's always the worst decision. If somebody tells you no, that's a good thing. I think that restrictions on people, it helps you create and be creative more. When I was in school... And I took, I took a lot of writing classes and creative writing and stuff. And the one rule that they kind of everybody always told you was, that you get that first idea and they're like, throw it out, throw that idea out. And then you get your second idea, they're just like, throw that idea out, come up with another one. But, you kind of use the same, like, kind of building blocks on that. And so you come up with that second one and you get rid of that. And then the third time, that's the one you use. That's the thing you use and you go with, because that one you've had to think. You've had to make your mind, break down what it is that you want to do. And that third one is the one that you go with. And a lot of people these days just go with their first one. And it's like, that's not the best one. So Patty Jenkins, she definitely needs somebody to reel her in usually. All right, so we're going to read this article from Collider, which isn't my favorite, but whatever. What are you going to do? All right, and so let's pull this sucker up and check it out. There's Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I loved Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. She was great. So it says, Patty Jenkins claims she's back working on Rogue Squadron, and she says she's writing the script right now. Now, this is the thing. Do I think she's telling the truth? Absolutely. She's probably writing that script right now as you're watching this video. Is this movie going to get made? Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. But we'll see. Over at Lucasfilm, who knows what's going on over there? I don't think Kathleen Kennedy knows what's going on because she's an idiot. So it says, in a stunning turn of events, Patty Jenkins has claimed that she has signed a new deal with Lucasfilm and Disney to return to work as the writer and director of Rogue Squadron movie, which was agreed just prior to the summer strikes. Jenkins, who left the role in order to make Wonder Woman 3, told host Ben McKenziewicz, I don't know how to say that, on TMC/Max podcast, Talking Pictures, that she had signed an agreement to return to a galaxy far, far away. For their part, Disney has provided no further updates on the project since it was pulled from the calendar back in 2022. Yeah, they pulled it, and I mean, I wasn't like 100% sad that it was gone, but I did think that when Patty Jenkins put out that little, like, kind of trailer or whatever, I think it was for D20 or Star Wars Day. I can't remember what it was for. But she put out that little video talking about how her dad was a fighter pilot and everything. And I thought that video was really good. And I was like, know what? I think that Patty Jenkins has got something here. And I want to see this Rogue Squadron, because Rogue Squadron is great. I played that game back in the day, and I read that. It's a book. I think I read the book. But I just know that I was like really excited for it because, you watch like Star Wars, and they've got those great battle sequences in space, and then, even though that's not how space works, but it's fine. And then like is it Rogue One? Yeah, Rogue One. That when they fight that like circle thing, what was that, like the gate of that planet, that was really great too. That's one of my favorite space battles. That and Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi is my favorite space battle on Endor, but that Rogue One is like a really close second. It's like a really, really good. Especially when you add in that Darth Vader moment, that was boss. So it says Rogue Squadron was first announced in 2020 when Disney was still trying to define the future of the Star Wars universe after the release of The Rise of Skywalker. But very little detail followed other than it was about a new generation of Rebel Alliance fighters as they sought to become the best flying squadron in the galaxy. Jenkins was announced as director and in short video explained why. And I've already explained that video to you guys. I just loved how she talked about how her dad was a fighter pilot, and I like how, you know, that kind of inspired her, you know, with that kind of mentality. And I think she'd do at least a decent job, especially as long as you get creative people around her that can tell her no. You know, people need to be told no, like I said before, to get the juices flowing. Creative juices flowing. Jenkins wanted to create Rogue Squadron to fulfill her ambition of making the ultimate fighter pilot movie, a dream inspired by her late father, Captain William T. Jenkins, a U.S. Air Force pilot who served during the Vietnam War. Jenkins aimed to combine her love for high-speed thrill and the expansive universe for Star Wars to honor her father's memory and her fascination with aerial combat, striving to create a movie that captures the essence of both. However, she left the project to make Wonder Woman 3 before subsequently losing that project in the wake of the DC Studios takeover by James Gunn and Peter Safran. Now she says she's back in the cockpit after last commenting on the project 15 months ago. So let's look at this right here. And then we'll talk about it, and then we'll just be done. So it says, so when I left Star Wars to do Wonder Woman 3, I thought maybe I'll come back to Star Wars after Wonder Woman 3. So we did a deal for that to happen, started a deal, but I thought I was doing Wonder Woman. When that went away, Lucasfilm and I were like, oh, we got to finish this deal. We finished the deal right as the strike was happening, so I now owe a draft of Star Wars, so we will see what happens there, you know? Like, who knows? That sounds like she doesn't got the deal, you know, like it's not 100% yet, honey. So I don't know why you're putting all your eggs in one basket. And so we will see what happens there. You know, like, who knows? It's hard. They have a hard job in front of them. And what's the first movie they're going to do? They have other directors who have been working, but I'm now, you know, I'm back on doing Rogue Squadron, and we'll see what happens. We need to develop, you know, get it to where we're both super happy with it. Of course, that's what you want. You want it to get it where you're both happy with it. So now, what do we think about this? I think, again, that this is great. I think that I really enjoy, you know, the aerial battles, like she said also. And I think that Patty Jenkins might do a good job of it, especially when she talks about, like I said, the part where she talked about her dad being a fighter pilot was really great in that video. I also think that if, like, you got movies like Top Gun Maverick, which was great. I love Top Gun Maverick. That movie was so good. And I think that when it comes to Star Wars, like I said before, they have those great space aerial battles that I think really, really highlight Star Wars. And I think that if she tries to capture the essence of like Rogue One or like a Return of the Jedi, I think she could really, you know, she really got something, really has something there when it comes to that. And I think it could really be good if she just really hones that in. But we'll see how that works out and everything. I mean, you know, it's all up in the air, but I think so far this could be good, but I also don't think this is going to come to fruition. Like, she's like, maybe if they like the script, and I'm just like, not if it's like your Wonder Woman script, honey, they're going to throw that shit in the trash. You know what I'm saying? But again, we shall see how it all pans out. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about Patty Jenkins claiming she's back on Rogue Squadron? Do you think this is going to come to fruition? We're going to see all this movie come to light, and we're going to see it, and we're going to love it? Or do you think she's going to write a script, and Lucas is going to be like, oh my God, Patty, this is great. We're just going to put it right up here on the fridge. Look at that, Patty. Good for you. You're amazing, Patty. Thank you so much for writing your script and everything. But we're not making this fucking movie, you know? What do you think about all of that? Well, you guys, that's all I got for you this week. Tell me, what do you guys think about all this? Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next week. You guys have a good week. Bye.